Hey, I'm Mr. Welcome to the second race here in Italy. It's Kev Hillman here, revs it up on the outside. And we get underway here for the second race. So he gets right into the back of everyone this time. Doesn't quite make the moves like he did in the first race. But he's trying it round the outside, pushing his way by. He's landed on his race one rival, Seaver. Oh, the Swiss rider doesn't have a headache as Hillman's somehow still upright in 7th. As he goes for the top 5 round the outside of everyone. We've got Hasvana running away in the lead once again, but Hillman up into 4th. Down the inside of Garcia, his rival from qualifying. So he's somehow worked his way up into 2nd on this opening lap. Now, can he push on and take the lead? As all Hasvana messes up and Hillman takes it from Covington, trying to go for the double. And the overall is the American. On this opening lap, there's a Hillman in the way. As all he almost falls down out of the left-hander. Now let's see what he can do in the lead. When he was like this in Argentina, he was unstoppable. In Mexico, he had to work hard for that victory. As he chases his 4th victory on his return, will it be an easy one for him? Will he get away from Covington, or will the American just linger, like we saw with Siwa in that first race? There's all just for that jump. Ward up to 3rd. Caleb Ward, the Australian. There's all Covington goes down the inside. And Hillman goes down the inside back into the left, and he wants to lead this opening lap. As he go across the line. There's a 36 flat on the opening lap. It's a good battle for 3rd going on. There's now the Frenchman's involved. And the Yamaha fell in that opening race, didn't he? Struggled to get back into the top 10, just about did. See if he can make it a bit easier for himself 2nd time around as Hillman's all over the place. But I don't hear Covington on his tail. That's interesting. Well, now I do, because he goes a bit slow in this section. There's now Bogarts battling for 3rd. Caleb Ward's got his hands full in his opening couple of laps. Hillman out the left-hander. He's just got another 20 laps of this. Can he hold on? Can he stay upright? Of course, for the first time in the first race, I believe, he didn't fall in double digits. I think it was 8 falls in the end. So there's progress here. Someone leads. That's not a good run over that jump. It's going to slow him in this section. This is where Covington attacks on that opening lap. Oh, the American's not there to attack this time, is he? Oh, he is. Just not close enough. Let's go to the end of the 2nd lap. Lap times are already going to be close to 35s, are they? No, it's going to be a 36 from Hillman. As you saw in that opening race as well, he's just 14 seconds back in the end, despite all of those falls and issues he had. So, no doubt he's got the time in his back pocket to put away from Covington if he so feels like it. But at the moment, just settling into a race again. Doing much better than he did first time round. Do love that pop-in going up the hill. And you can see, just being offline slightly really does compromise you. More than it did in, say, Mexico. You know, Mexico was a very dry surface. I feel like you're skipping like a stone at times over it. This time you are skipping like a stone over all of it. And there is no grip in the surface to help pull you back. Just got to weigh it out and try and make the best of it if you go wide. Really control that throttle well. Like Hillman is doing so far. Go over the jumps. Getting wide over the jump. Oh, and down! Even though he lands in the middle of the track. On the soft stuff. He's down. Started already, less than 5 minutes into this race, the bullshit has started. But he's right in the tail of Covington. Oh, again, that final corner. You think he got the bike in, but just wants to wrestle away from you when you get on the power. So will you just stick behind Covington now, Hillman, or will you try and make a move and lead from the front? I guess everyone wants to just lead from the front, but it's not close to May to make the move into the left-hander. At the moment, he's just not out one in this race. Despite that mistake, you know, he was leading, but it just doesn't feel right at the moment. This is all over. Covington drives down the inside, makes a great move there into the hairpin. And not rough at all, no elbows out there, that was just a good move. Oh, what the hell? And he gets taken out by a bank at 2 miles per hour. That's just stupid, absolutely stupid. As now he's got to pass Covington again for like the fourth time this race already. It's a good battle for the lead. With a bit frustrating. Already. As I said, we're just over 5 minutes into this race. He goes over the jump. There you go, it lands like he did last lap, but somehow he's okay this lap. Absolute miracle, that is. As come towards the end of the lap. What the hell? So he does a 38, absolutely poor that. Wants to be in those 36s constantly. And he's capable of doing it, Hillman, so he's just frustrating himself by not doing it. No, he's making a good race, isn't it? Having a good battle here with the American for the lead. This is something we didn't quite see in Mexico. We saw him catch up to Covington and he just stormed by. This time we actually got a bit more than a 1 lap battle here. Oh, it didn't land that well, did Covington? Here comes Hillman storming. Oh, clips the bank on the inside though. There kills his momentum. Can't quite set up the move into the left-hander this time. But just like we saw with Siwa, that jump. Issues for opponents. So he revs it over the hill. Takes that very wide line in that left-hander, but then just sets out for this run downhill. As what once again just not carrying the speed, hit way too much brake. Again, got to learn to roll off the throttle a bit better, does Hillman. Once again, a miracle he landed that right in the centre. But this is nice. Right in the tail of Covington, he knows he's got the pace. He can just sit here and set fastest that fight 35.9. As we approach the first third of this race being over. It was a very, once again, ambitious open lap, shall we say. Absolute madness. Then Hillman grabbed the lead for a bit. Covington's grabbed it back. Hillman's now grabbed it back again. It's just been a battle between these two and again for Hillman with this track. Well, he seems to be winning it in his second race. Set at 35.9. Of course, he set at 34, possible 33 is in the offing from Hillman around it. But he set that 34 well battling. So we'll see if that's possible in this second race. As once again tries to just cut back. Just not carrying enough speed through the corner. Make it possible. So he works into that left-hander because he goes a bit wide. It's just when he's trying to cut back right here. Just way too much brake again. Just not working. Go over the jump. And go nicely, landed it. Nice soft landing, but then we had that before and he failed, so just never know. Let's go for the right, rip that rear round. Set another 35.5 this time. Hillman's motoring. That's his first third ends. Head of Covington. Be interested to see who's behind. If Jonas is on the podium, Hillman's virtually grabbed back the points he's lost in that opening race to the Latvian. So even it, he might be a touch closer to the leader in the championship. Or it could be Olsen on the Asfano. He was so close to it in that opening race. Battling with his teammate all race long, it looks like. But doesn't look like Asfano winning this second race once again. The Kawasaki of Hillman. The class of the Macau rider coming through. Looking to take another win away from Asfano. And that's not quite what happened in Argentina. Remember, it was Jonas who finished second in those races. Hillman building up a good rivalry with Asfano. Of course, we saw that in Qatar with Olsen. Still a bit wide, just about avoids the signs though. Always heading for the disaster there, Hillman, but just skirting with danger once again, like he often does. And getting away with it. That's what you feel like with all these signs around the track as well, over those jumps. Like if I just got that slightly wrong, oh, I'm into a sign. Or you can use the signs as you can see. If you get going, there's another fast lap from him on 35.3. Is he trying to break Covington early in this race? Now he's got the clean air. Just trying to get away from the American. But it's not the blister in that, but we saw in that. He was like 34. Well, now he's going to get close to that time, Hillman, because he's riding pretty well at the moment. And see, he has built a gap to the American. Go over the jump. Don't think he can get into the 34s at the moment. Maybe low 35s it will be. Could get into the high 34s if he nails this lap. No, again! It's just like that for the opening in the first race. But he's trying to swing the bike round, get on the power, and the bike just falls flat on its face. Despite there being good amount of revs, it being turned round and gripping, and it just falls. Like an absolute pancake. And he's landed again, like he did on the previous lap, and he's down again. This racetrack just does not want Hillman to win. Finally getting to a rhythm, finally pulling away from Covington, and then has two falls like that. Which I absolutely feel not like his fault at all. Is this the game's version of rubber banding? As he set a 40 there, he's lost 5 seconds at that. So he's building a lead of almost 5 seconds on Covington. And now he's had a couple of falls, so he's up to 4 this race. We're not even halfway through the race, but of course I think it was at 8 in the opening race. So we're playing that drinking game, and I apologise to Oliver once again for being already in double figures. One of these days it will be in single figures for both races, in single figures overall, but it's not that time there. As Hillman jumps past Covington, does he? Making on the outside, Hillman got the inside, Covington trying to cut back, or trying to wipe out Hillman. His elbows out, and then there's that. Oh, and he pushes Hillman right again. Covington, not playing nice. Don't mind tough racing, but just wiping out your opponent. Okay. Hillman gives some of it back. Just hold on to the lead for the time being. And he's not going to carry any speed over any jumps, because apparently you're not allowed to do that now. So yeah, right off the throttle there. He gets out of that left hand. He always gets a good run like that. In the final corner, you can see that camber pushing the bike away to the outside. So we're back into the 35s, back into the lead at the halfway mark of this race. It's been the Covington v Hillman show. Just when Hillman looks like he's got into a rhythm, got away, track pulls him back, Covington takes the lead, but Hillman's definitely got the pace on the American. Just needs to stay up right now. You can see gap less than half a second. You can see third are not too far back either. There's not a big gap behind. They're not turning away from everyone on the top two, like we saw in Mexico. Or the top three, shall we say, with Jonas. So we're interested to see if that happens in the second half of the race, but then we didn't see it in the first race either. Only 10 seconds cover the top five. So go nice acceleration out the corner. That right hand is so tough. That left hand is actually pretty easy now. When you take that wide line, just get that good launch off the corner. Goes over the jumps. Oh, a bit wide, Hillman. Bit wide. Get revving, mate. There we go, downhill. Easy. Trying to cut back again. Once again, that rear. Not liking it. So take that wide line, get on the accelerator. It's 36. That's not good that time. Considering that's Covington that time. Wants to be doing 35s, he wants to pull away from the American. At least. Let's go over the jumps. Goes into that tight corner. And over this jump. I didn't see the rhythm is there. It's just keeping it together for more than a couple of laps around this racetrack. It does show how tough this racetrack is. All these falls, even as I said, I don't agree with some of the falls. It does show how tough the track is, though, to just keep that rhythm up. You know, as the season progresses, I think even on tough racetracks like this, Hillman should be getting it together. It's still just 5th round, I believe. Since he's been back, he's done the training. Oh, clips just about gets away with that. He's done the training, get used to the MX2 bike. He's done quite a few races now in double digits. He should be performing like this. A bit more, not with the falls, of course. So we go 34-2. Almost matches that time in the first race. There should be another fast as that to Hillman's pocket. Go through this first section despite that messy end as well. See, sometimes the barriers can be your friend. Sometimes they don't feel like they are over those jumps. It's a bit weird how they kind of used in motocross. Or can be used. So that's a bit wide, Hillman. Just a bit offline since that final corner. Oh, landed very deep. Just about gets away with it. There's a good lead over Covington now. After that 34, he's broken away from the American. Is that him battling for second now? So with Pietramurata coming back, the Yamaha rider. Barely seen him or spoken about him this race, but the Frenchman's still doing a good job, it looks like. On that Yamaha. Definitely expect him to be up there. Not working out that way though, is it? Got the KTM's and Varna's leading the way. Don't think it's changed a bit since Hillman was last in MX2. Not with KTM being up there, of course he was against Herdens back then. And in Pietramurata and in Siwa as well. As well as the Brit. What the hell's going on in that final corner? That's a 37. That's abysmal that time, Hillman. As I say, it just seems to be off rhythm again after that fast lap. That's what we saw in the first race as well. Set that 34 and then went searching again. As we approach the final third of this race, this third has once again just been Hillman got the pace, mistake, Covington back up there. But next like heading into the final third, the American's finally broken, Hillman's finally not making the mistakes or mistakes being made for him. It might be a pretty lonely final third of the race. The cat and mouse is over. It's now the hare in front. Goes a bit wide in that left-hander. But he's keeping it in third now. Seems to be better than getting down to second. Don't really rely on that engine braking. Get around these corners. It's a bit wide in that right-hander. Accelerating. Let's go over the right. Don't know how he landed out. Once again, that was heavy on the front wheel. That should be down. So, you know, when I'm messing up, when Hillman's messing up, he survives. When he's not, he's down. That's weird. So he's using the bank. He's somehow in the 34s. That's why there's all that final corner again. That seems to be the toughest corner now, that final corner. He just can't get the switchbacks right, get Hillman through that. As the crowd are incredibly excited. Look at all of them around the track going absolutely mad at this racing. They're not statues at all. Even though they have set up a few for theirs. Let's go through the left. Barely any speed over this left. Basically just set it up so you have a good run over this jump. Be a bit more central as well. Bit wide there, again carrying a bit too much speed over that second jump. It's very easy to do as well, it's very tempting to do. As well, where are you going, Hillman? Oh, he's been asked to pick his bike up. What the hell? That's stupid from the official. So I believe that is Hillman's 5th fault, this race. I was hoping we could finally keep it to 5 and under in a race, but that's a bit difficult. 7 minutes 40 remaining, and with that being an issue, I get the feeling there's going to be another issue. It seems to be coming in pairs round it. And see barely accelerating over the jump though, just to make sure. He accelerates away. You can still hear someone behind, so he's not pulled away a lot, Hillman. Of course, he's had a rough few laps as well. And that's a 38, that is a poor lap time. Not going to be lapping anyone today with that times like that. Still leading, but just. It does feel like just though for Hillman. And he should be comfortably in the lead. You can see there's still a gap of around 5 to 10 seconds to a podium. It's just where second is. Feels like Jaws is on his tail, but you can't see him. And the music isn't playing for some reason. So it's just tense. For Hillman, hopefully he doesn't tense up in these final couple of laps. Let's go for the left hand. It doesn't seem like they're coming in pairs finally. No mistakes. Go for the right. Sorry, up the hill. Battling that rear all the time. Can't wait to try the 450 to Hillman. He's struggling this much on 250s. Just wait till get the big engines. Oh, and of course he's down. Just to say he didn't come in pairs, he goes down like that. And there is Covington. Back into the lead. It's almost like the game planned it, as I know Hillman had a poor couple of laps, but just as I said, I know it's like he's not going to fall, he falls immediately. There's all Covington with the dive into the first corner. Hillman having to get the elbows out at the start of this lap. They just hold on to the lead with just over 5 minutes remaining. Look at that Covington right on his tail. Now they show the gaps. I do love how inconsistent that is in the bottom left. Very helpful. As go over the jump. A massive jump. And not as massive jump. And so you got to really lift off so you can help set up that next right hand. And Covington 4/10 behind. So once again with the mistakes, Hillman just pulling away afterwards. I think that's 6 falls now. 6 faults. Go through the left-hander. And pull away out the right. Then into the left. Hillman's pulling away again from Covington. The American. That seems to be his whole race. Oh no, here's Hillman being a bit slow. I'm through. Oh no, there's Hillman immediately back by. Just a race of false hope for Covington this race, it feels like. Hillman seems to just pull back by easily. Must be approaching double figures passing the American. As we go across the line, back into the 34s for Hillman. There we go, back into the routine immediately. And now it's despite Covington being a bit aggressive in this first section. As we've got, including this lap, I reckon it's 5 laps to go. Once again, it's felt like a very long race. That's why all these races have been the same lengths. I have Argentina flew by. Qatar was a bit tough. Same with Thailand. Go over the jumps. And then with Mexico, again, that just felt a bit tough in the middle. Then it really did fly the last third. This race feels like it's just slowed down again. Every time Covington catch up, Hillman takes the lead. Hillman takes the lead, it just slows down the race, it feels like. Let's go for the right hander. Drift that rear. Oh, of course he falls again, just as he's pulling away from Covington. And here comes the American, right on cue. Absolutely brilliant. Hillman just had enough, pushes Covington wide. You really want the American to win, don't you? Not going to happen today, says Hillman. Goes a bit wide in the final corner though, but sets out for a good run across the line. So back into the 37s with that fall. And again, kind of very aggressive in the first corner, elbows out. Hillman aggressive through the left. So that's 7 mistakes now, so at least it's 1 less than the first race at the moment. But again, it just feels like 2 Hillman's fault, the rest just BS. And he goes down the inside the left hander. So right away, Hillman. Come on. Got this. He stays ahead of coming. Oh, the rear there. Almost sliding into oblivion. And he goes for the left hander. There's actually someone on up in front. So again, Hillman's got a hair the chase. A carrot, should I say, the chase. Goes for the right hander. Covington's not giving up this time. Right on Hillman's tail. Through the left hander. And then Hillman's pathetic for the right hander. It's coming down as a little look. And through the right hand, it's like Hillman has the rest of the way. I was suspected to make Hillman fall there, but obviously not. And it looks like we do actually have 3 laps to go. Goes once again down to the 35s immediately. Oh, and Covington still close behind, no. Can't rule out the American. Maybe he does have hope after all in this race. And they're just 4/10 behind. Fans are definitely getting their money worth in this second race, this battle for the lead. Still very close between the pair, as there is an outrider in front. Hope it doesn't affect the outcome of this lead battle. It's out the left hand again, taking that wide line, just using the banking now at times to get a bit of acceleration out. Something that I've seen used in off-road racing, the four-wheeled variety as well, in Barja. So that Hillman's applying those kind of tactics into racing here as well. I also saw in, say, Supercross as well, where he learned it from. So they go around the outside of the last, he pushes him wide. What an arsehole. I said I hoped he didn't get involved in the battle. Hillman just pushes him wide. Like, what the hell are you thinking, mate? He does that. Still in the 35 stars with 2 laps to go. There is official. Hillman bringing up almost the right flag. So go through the left-hander. Every throttle move, every movement for Hillman is tense. His Coverdon is still right there. If a mistake happens, or fall happens. It's not this happening over this jump though. And over the jump into the left-hander. See another lapped rider in front, but I'm not sure Hillman's going to catch up to them. I was saying that they're only a couple seconds down the road. I thought they were a bit further in front, and out of that left-hand hairpin after the jump. There's really not a gap at all, so you might have that go past that rider. And final lap, and that should be a good enough gap then over Covington. Not to worry too much, even though he's massively offline there. That's not the best way to set up that jump. He goes past his pit crew. No doubt cheering him on. The pit boards. And again, oh, high 34 there from Hillman. Definitely back on form as we go into the final lap of this race. Hillman lapping another rider, this time he doesn't get in the way, thankfully. Go for the left, and definitely the difference from previous editions of the track compared to this one is that kind of left-hander there, where you can be much more aggressive than I remember you could be in 3. Hillman through the left hander, taking that wide on again, just taking the banking line with half of that to go. Looks like it's his, but you never know around here. And you never know with Hillman as well. We've seen him in what looks like winning positions before, and he's chucked it away. But he's experienced. Shoulder, head now on his shoulders, and he's down. I told you. That's his 8th mistake, so he does match his first race then. But he just got a couple of corners to go. As he goes for the final corner, he's done it. He scrubs over the line as well for the first time. So after 34 minutes and 21 laps, Hillman wins by 2.1 seconds ahead of Covington, with it was the Frenchman in 3rd ahead of the KTMs of Garcia, ahead of Jonas and Bogiers, with Olsen down in 7th, Seaver in 8th, Leiber in 9th, and the Dutchman ran out top 10 on his KTM, ahead of a couple of Yamahas of Osland and Van Dotnik, and his Hunter Lawrence down in 13th, just ahead of Kerb Ward on his Husqvarna. And this the Spaniard who has also had a rocket start down in 15th in the end, with Ivanov at the back. As good race management is important, needs a victory like Covington's today. Disapprove. I've got to make someone a rival, okay, for Hillman. But honour to his team's hub, but Harslow is also working really hard. I'll be neutral. If you know how to handle situations, want to attacks, you win, as Covington did today. Trepepe, get out of here. So we don't quite get the overall, but Hillman is second to Covington after a couple of races and does grab points off Garcia, Jonas and Olsen, even if it is just 4 points. And you've got Patreon, Siwa 7th, Bogus 8th, Libra 9th, Hunter Laurent in 10th here, the Dutchman. So he's going through the rest of the field. Trepepe, Rubini and Ivanov for just a couple of points each.
Excellent result. Today, he proved he can compete against the best for the top podium positions. What a rider.
So in the championship, Jonas leads by 16 points ahead of Olsen. Covington close on his teammate's tail in third. Garcia in fourth, 20 points ahead of Hillman, who's 9 points ahead of Patriel, and is 52 points off the lead. So it's just around 2 race wins. Now it's a start for Hillman, but still a long way to go. With Siwa in 7th, Ivor in 8th, Bogus 9th, Lawrence ran out the top 10 as he scored through the rest of the field. You got the fellow Kazakirada, the Russian, ran out the top 20. And then 32 riders scored points so far this season, just the South African and Zaragoza yet to do that. It's good credit rewards, good fame increase, and we've got some rivalry fame as well. Nicholas wants the 2 out of 3 riders. About time. So next time out we head to the faster Netherlands circuit, the sandy surface. We love that. Hillman has loved it in the past. Can he make it a double like he did in Argentina and continue winning the race every round of the season, at least so far, apart from Indonesia and Qatar? He seems to be rolling now, Hillman. Seems to be in his rhythm on this MX2 machine. We'll find out if he ground those victories next time. So thanks for watching. We'll find out then.